Hey guys, so I wanted to take a little time to talk about crafting and woodcutting. They're two skills that, innocently enough, start off real easy, but you can find yourself kind of getting into a trap with those. So I just want to take a little time to explain, I think, the best way to go about leveling these up, at least in my opinion. So crafting right now, it's not really complete in the current state of the game. It's pre-release, and I'm guessing there's going to be more as far as options to leveling it in the future. But when you start getting into the higher level stuff, so it's real simple in the beginning, you get into the oak, which is why I'm kind of starting off here with the awakened evergreens. So they're the monster that's going to drop living wood. And they have a 10% chance to drop it. And they take 5 minutes to respawn. So this is where you would be grinding. And if you look at this, they're pretty strong against spell stuff. I mean, decently strong. I have literally woodcutting gear on. Like, 27 magic. So they go down pretty easy. They're not a tough monster to kill. But the issue with that is there's only a handful of them. I've killed, 3, 4, so there's 9 of them here. And you can kill them all real quick and not even get the drop that you're looking for. And it becomes a grind, man. You'll be here for hours probably trying to collect this stuff. So the only other options you really have as far as crafting, and it is good experience. If I can manage to get one of these, I'll show you. It's like over 1,000 XP just for a shield. This willow stuff, if I remember right, it will give you about 300 for a wand, 100 for a staff. And then you have spirit totems, which I'll show you where to get in a minute. They're pretty good. They don't give great experience. It's 70 XP per log. But it gives you a really good heal. So I'd highly recommend making these for, if you only want level 30, just make these to level 30. It's really that simple, because you'll use them. They'll be useful to you. But if you're trying to get to 50, there's a little bit of like a exploit. I don't know if that's the right word, but an unintended mechanic of a quest that you can take advantage of. So when you're down here in Ratcliffe, up in this church, you can get a quest called Echoes of Suffering, right? And you're going to progress that quest up until the point where you have to make the priest lantern. And I'll show you here how good they are. But they only require, it doesn't show up here on the skill thing because it's like a quest item, and you can only make them during the quest. So I would recommend starting that quest and progressing it to that point, and then just get your crafting up to whatever level you want, and then finish that quest. And that quest isn't a bad one to do, because you'll get the haunted pickaxe and the priest, or the soul soothing lantern, which are both useful, but it's not useful until 25 mining, and then the lantern isn't super useful until, it's somewhat useful, but you don't need it until endgame, or at least current endgame content. So, sorry for the small spoiler there, but I don't want to have you doing this and then being like, oh man, he didn't tell me about the pickaxe. I could have had a better pickaxe this whole time. It's a little bit better than the iron one for sure. So, I would recommend, basically, why I was so stressing 15 woodcutting on the other one, was at that point, you can go over to the Sawmill. And that's a great place to do your woodcutting and leveling up over there. Oh, that's a good little drop. But it's better than the other trees in my opinion, because they only drop the wildsfir logs and the mystic ambers, and you're using all of that for crafting. It's not like you're getting 50% acorns and firewood and dropping it all the time. So I would highly recommend doing it, and then that way you can level up your woodcutting to 50 and you'll basically get free 50 crafting with woodcutting if you just stay at the sawmill from 15 to 50 woodcut. So it's definitely a bit of a grind. But that's why I wouldn't really recommend going over 30 in the current state. There isn't a huge benefit to getting 50 right now, and the trait that you get at 34 is called carpentry, and that allows you to save a resource, or potentially save a resource, every time that you craft something. So that's why if you're following my guide here and you want to craft those lanterns, I would save all your mystic ambers until level 34, and that way you have a chance of saving them. So I've only used 800 mystic ambers, and you know, I almost got 200 free out of them. Let me grab a few of these. And do I have oak logs? I do. Perfect. So let's go craft real quick and just kind of show you the difference in XP, so you can really make the decision that's better for you. So I got my saw equipped. That's going to give me 5% more XP. And I got my traits. It's probably going to give me another like 10%. So we go down to the oak shield, which is going to be your best option for experience. Well, I guess actually technically the crossbow would be more experience. So I'll go grab another log. I got 2 of these so we can test it out. Alright, so the oak shield is 1.17. Pretty good. You got the priest lantern here. This is the quest item. Gives you 648. Right? That's like, what, 175 per log or something? I don't know, math. That's a little high. But anyways, let me go grab a few more oak logs and we'll make the crossbow, just so. Kind of peep that. So yeah, the shield was just like almost 1,200 XP, which is pretty great. And the crossbow, it gives you 1.36, so definitely you're gonna, you know, it's like 2 lanterns is one of those crossbows. So the struggle or the effort you're gonna go through to get the living wood, I don't see the value in it. So let's head on over to the sawmill. I'll show you around there real quick. So I would recommend buying a house up in Harshwind Village. It's a really good spot. You got your pebble sturgeon. I think there's even some charcoal snapper or a sunburst marlin even. Oh man. You got plenty of iron over here. This northwind cotton is really good. So if you are going to be doing this method and cutting wood at the sawmill until like 50, I would recommend making this part of your path. Is first you'd want to have 20 tailoring, right? So real quick to get tailoring up, the easiest way passively is right next to the bank here in Haywind. There's a tailor with a fur trader. You buy out all the furs in there, maybe not the bear furs. That's like a higher level one. Just kind of buy them when you need them, but always buy out the other 3. And you just make it, sell it right back to them, stock it up, but passively buy a fur from them. It's a good habit to get into. But while you're here, the first time you get here, there's going to be a quest right in the center of town. And the quest is kind of geared for higher levels, but I think a mid-level, like maybe like level 20 magic, you should be alright to do this. Just hug the tree line if you do dare to do this quest. It's not that hard, but you will have to kill like probably like a level 20 something troll. But if you follow this tree line down and go right into this cave, you'll get maybe attacked once here. You talk to the guy, kill a deer on the way down, and grab the raw meat. In the cave, you're going to make it into a steak. You're going to give it to the dude in the cage. And then all you have to do is come back up here to Harshwind Village, and you can buy a rope from the general store here, and you just put it in over at the hay bales right over here, and the quest is done. And the reason you want to do this quest is because you'll get Bardo. Bardo's really great. I didn't know he existed for a super long time. I was running for hours from here to the Sawmill, from Thornhill down to the Sawmill. It's not that bad of a run, but Bardo, he'll take you here, to here, to here, or to here. And it's just a great way to move around this whole kind of like upper area. He's definitely super useful to unlock, but basically I would recommend getting 20 tailoring. This farmer, if you've been to this cotton patch, he's a bitch, man. He picks all the cotton, but I want to pick the cotton here, you know. He saved me one, thanks. But so you talk to Bardo, and you can go over to the Sawmill, which is going to be this is just like the quickest way to bank these logs, kind of the route that I would run. And if you look, ever since I had 20 tailoring, I'm almost 36 just from woodcutting. So while I'm doing my woodcutting, I'm passively getting my tailoring up and also getting my crafting up. Quick note, the first time that you come here, you're going to have to clear a log. When you clear this log, you're going to get ambushed by 2 trolls. They're level like 22, 24. Weak to range, so just be ready for that. But these are your logs, the wildsfir ones, that I would recommend cutting. Again, if you're not really looking for like anything over 25 in your base stats and you really care about combat, this is pretty pointless. But if you're trying to get them all up, currently, in my opinion, this is the best way to go about it. Because, again, these trees, they only drop like crafting materials. You're not going to be getting acorns, you're not going to be... And then you don't have to go hunting afterwards. You don't have to go kill the awakened evergreens or try and go hunt for glowing orbs. So this would be my suggestion. And I don't know if I guess I can show you real quick the problem with woodcutting. It's a minor problem, or at least I have a minor problem with it. And the only way to really fix this issue would be to never invest any points into woodcutting at the trainers, because the first unlock you get sabotages you. It gives you double acorns, and then like the next one that you unlock gives you firewood, and it's like all standards. That was a pretty good tree right there. You know, watch it make a fool of me now, but in my experience and opinion, when you're chopping wood, I end up dropping like half of the things. I'll cut a tree and only get acorns, you know. And I just find that a little frustrating. But so yeah, for me, if you want to get your stats up to 50, hang on to that one quest. Don't turn it in, and just make the priest lanterns. You're gonna, again, what I would recommend doing is, oh, I never showed that. Alright, so you will need to spend a few ambers. I'll show you guys a crazy trick too, since you're still watching. Alright, so I'm going to kind of show you a little bit of like a busted trick. I've reported this as a bug, but so I really hope it gets patched out for the live or the main game release. But so if later on you unlock this area through the main quest line, again, you got some more cotton over here, and there's no farmer picking at all, so we love that. But here's our buddy Bardo. And we'll go back to this area, Prowler's Thicket. So just to the north of this area, there's a little hut. And that's where you're going to want to go to be able to craft the spirit totems, I believe they're called. And you'll need 10 of these mystic ambers, and he'll teach you. And you can also buy some like schwiggity swag. That's where you get the spell. So I guess you'll need 20. 10 for to learn how to make them, and then 10 more for the spell. But so the first time I was playing this game, I really thought these mystic ambers were pretty useless. So I was like, okay, you can trade them with this guy. I've already completed that quest, so the option to to craft the lantern wasn't there. So I'm over here doing the Sawmill game. The first time you come here, heads up, bring a hammer to fix this, and it won't break again. But it's just one-time deal, or go over to the general store, I guess. But so I'm kind of like looking at it one day, and that's not right, in my opinion. That it shouldn't take. So to get one of these tokens, you literally put a log in, and it feeds through in like 10-15 seconds or something. You grab it and you put it on the cart. Doing that, you have a chance of an amber, you get some XP, and you get a token when you put it on the cart. So chopping 5 logs and making 5 planks is really simple, and you get an XP book. And you know, that's pretty quick XP. So the first account I had tons of these because I wasn't making the lanterns. I just had these stacked up. And well, I realized at one point, because you can buy these at the shop, you can sell them at the shop. But you see, you sell them for gold. But because I'm in the shop with the vendor, and the currency is tokens, well, you can sell them for tokens. So a really busted way to get your wood cutting up is to run up here, cut the logs, right? You're gonna get mystic ambers just from cutting the logs. When you fill up your inventory, I think it's quicker to run down. I don't mess around with the cart boy. He's a little weird, I don't know. But either unload it with the tom up there, or just run down here and feed them in, right? And you're gonna be getting plenty of XP because this will be running. You'll be cutting wood. You'll be getting ambers from the trees. You'll be getting ambers from here. You'll be getting tokens from the carts, and then you can take all your ambers and trade them in, and you can have thousands of tokens. And I mean, dude, you can be reading here for like half an hour straight and just get 50 wood cutting like that. That's probably the fastest way. You know, if you want to just like max out wood cutting, get the master's hatchet, that would be the busted kind of like meta strat right now if you really wanted to break the game open. But I don't know, I don't mind it's really not that bad of a grind. I've just been doing it as somewhat intended, I guess. Or yeah, kind of intended, because I don't think you're supposed to make a quest item to level 50, but you can do it. But yeah, I've just been saving all my ambers. Okay, well that's a lie actually. I sold my initial ones to buy the equipment quicker, so I could woodcut quicker, because this gives you woodcut speed bonuses. And also this ring gives you movement speed as well. So it's a really good ring to have. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think I rambled enough. I wouldn't complete this quest unless you really don't care about getting easy crafting XP. Have fun breaking wood cutting, and yeah, take it easy, guys.